Anyway, I haven't got an address for him. I don't know where he is.
Tommo will have his phone number.
I'll go and ring him.
No, Tracey, please don't. This will just prove him right. Everything he said about me. Please don't. He'll never come back now.
But Diana, this is exactly what will prove him wrong. He'll just see how much out of order he's been.
Do you think so?
Oh, of course he will. Look, if I know what Rod, he'll be back here before dinner time. I'll go and ring.
And make a fresh pot of tea while you're down there, love. This one's going cold.
Do you really think he will come back?
Oh, I don't know, love. Men have a funny way of looking at things. But our Tracey's right. He's still your husband, and he ought to be told. The hairdressing. I've got a very natural way with hair. It's where our Tracey gets it from. But you got a better wage down the biscuit factory in those days. I've always regretted it. It's a terrible thing to waste your talents.
Took a bit of time to get through.
Doesn't want to know, does he?
He can be a bit stubborn, our Rod, and stupid.
What did he say?
Well, basically he just said that this just confirmed everything he'd suspected between you and Peter.
Does he think I'm a slut? Is that the word he used? Slut? Well, he's right. I am.
Very impressive.
Yeah, well, it's only a few bricks. Bit of wood, an RSTA.
No, I mean very impressive, the way you've got things moving.
Well, I don't see any point in having a good economic unit lying empty while we're waiting for the insurance to pay up. I'm financing this myself.
Yeah, well, they should pay up as soon as all the investigations are complete. It's all in hand, don't worry about it.
Oh, no.
Right, well, if there's anything else you need to see me about, you know where I am. Perhaps we should get together sometime. I don't know if you're interested in any similar commercial developments, but, hey, come round to dinner one night. I'll talk to Patricia.
Yeah, all right. Why not?
OK.
Great.
So, what am I going to do now, eh? Now that you've got what you wanted and I'm out?
I don't know, Jimmy. What are you going to do?
Sod all by the looks of things.
So, you're in the market for a job then, are you?
Well, might be, why?
Well, it just so happens that I happen to have a vacancy at the moment. For someone who'd be willing to go down to Birmingham for 1 or 2 weeks, maybe a month, to do an in-house training course with Household Leisure. All expenses paid, of course.
You are joking, aren't you?
No, I'm not, Jimmy. Or do I often go round the streets of Liverpool offering people jobs?
Hey, look, it's nothing dodgy, is it?
Couldn't be less dodgy.
So what is it, this job, then?
Ron,
Yeah.
will you do something for me?
For you, my love, anything.
Will you sell us the Moby?
The Moby? You want me to sell it to you?
We'll pay you for it.
Yeah, well, that's what sell usually means, yeah.
Jimmy's got the money, you know, we can pay you cash up front. And I'll make sure he puts in for his driving test.
Yeah, you don't have to push the idea to me, love.
You mean you'll do it?
Well, you haven't heard how much I want for it yet, have you?
I don't care what you want. Whatever you want, I'll find it. I don't want him drifting off into his old ways again. I want the Jimmy of the last few months back. He needs his feet on the ground. Some kind of premises to trade from.
Hiya.
How are you, love? Enjoying your half term? Hey, Jackie, don't worry, love, OK? It's yours. We'll fix a fair price. It's not doing much good stuck out there anyway, is it? Might as well go to a good home.
Thanks, Ron.
That advert in the window about the jobs in the petrol station.
Gone, love.
Oh.
Well, one of them has anyway, to our Jacqueline. Don't know if he's got any more. You better go and ask him.
Do you want anything else, love?
Do you want a Mars bar or something?
Yeah.
Should be all there. All right. Nice one. Cheers.
Ron,
Yeah?
the Moby. I think it might be too late.
Did you put the kettle on?
What kettle? Oh, no, not. Sorry, Nan, I forgot. Look, I've got to go round to the salon.
Don't you dare walk out on it. Your brother, that's different. He's a man. But you don't walk out on your own sister-in-law. So, what did he say, Rod?
Just a lot of stupid, nasty things. Like he does when he's badly hurt.
Oh, he'll be back.
Didn't sound like it, Nan. He said he never wants to see it again. He said he just wants to make a clean break and, well, she can't pretend she wasn't already halfway to an affair with Peter Harrison by crime rape. You'd have to look at it from his point of view, Nan. And if it was rape, then she should go to the police.
She won't though, will she? She won't even tell her own dad. She's too ashamed.
Yeah, I know, but if the police believe her, then what I'll have to do is serious rethink. Well, couldn't we just mention the police to her, just to see what kind of a reaction we get? Your dad's not going to come snooping round. I can't. I can't go to the police. They'll say I was lying. They'll say it was my fault. It was my fault.
Tell Tracey what happened, love. Go on.
I can't. Yes, you can. My nan's already told me most of it. Right, you stayed at the party after Tommo had left.
Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I have some fun for a change?
Diana, I'm not blaming you. I just don't understand why you went into a bedroom with Peter Harrison.
It was just to fix my makeup. We were in the way on the stairs. We were trying to talk. I know I should have said no sooner, but
Why did you let it go so far?
I don't know. I just wanted someone to hold me, someone to make me feel good.
So when exactly did you say no?
It was actually, you know, it was too late and she panicked.
So you definitely said no, you wanted him to stop?
Yeah.
Well, that's it then. From what happened from then on is rape. No means no.
In any language.
Have you still got the clothes you were wearing?
I've got them in a plastic bag.
I don't know why you're being so kind. I wish I was dead.
Diana, it nearly happened to me once, you know. Do you remember Mark Potter? I don't think there's a woman in the world that it hasn't happened to in one way or another. Some of them are just unlucky and, well, that's it. Some of them are lucky and managed to get out of it, like I did. But some of them don't even know that they have been raped, because they think that men have some kind of rights over them, or that they've some way provoked them.
That's right. That's what I told her.
As my nan says, no means no in any language.
I'll tell you something. If I get my hands on that Peter Harrison, I'll have his guts for gas. I'll teach him.
Diana, have some of this toast.
I'll cut it into small pieces.
No, I couldn't, honestly.
Go on, love. Just have one little piece, and then our Tracey will run us down to the police station.
Well, don't you think it'd be better to phone first?
No, them got squad cars and things around here, and we don't want that. Don't worry, love. I won't leave you.
I mean, I've seen documentaries on the telly about rape. I don't think I've got the guts to go through with all that.
Hey, don't undersell yourself, Diana. And think about it. I mean, what other choice have you got? If you don't self-respect, otherwise fellas like Peter Harrison, well, they just keep on getting away with this, and then Laura and everyone else just keep patting them on the back and saying, never mind, that's just the way lads are.
Eat toast.
Maybe I should just go and pack my stuff and get back to my dad's.
Well, that's just admitting that it was your fault.
It was my fault. In the beginning, anyway.
Is it your fault for being so pretty? Is it your fault for having beautiful hair and lovely legs? Well, start thinking like that, love, and they'll have us all covered in sacks and stuffed away in harems.
Oh, you're right. I know you are. It's just... Okay.
There's a good girl. Run upstairs, love, and get that plastic bag of clothes under the sink in the bathroom.
I better get dressed.
No, just stay the way you are. Just get your coat.
Come on, love.
You won't leave me, will you?
Don't worry, love. I'll be right there.
Diana! Diana, I've got to speak to you. Look, I really have to speak to Diana.
I don't know how you've got the nerve. There's a name for men like you.
Come on, Nan.
Rapist.
Right now, a Top of the Pops exclusive. You can now see it, you can now hear it for the first time. The new Osmond single!
The mid-1970s were a nasty business. Not a dry eye or seat in the house, as the young women of England were hypnotised by 5 sharp-suited Mormons from America.
Girl, when you hold me, how you can Well, it was inevitable that people would look for British kids. I mean, we're not just talking teenagers, we're talking kids.
Gambo's right. We British had to do something.
And there were a couple of attempts made that failed. But then out of Liverpool came Our Kid.
2 of them are 12 years old, 2 of them are 15, and they're called Our Kid.
So, who were these long-haired lovers from Liverpool?
I'm Kevin. I used to be an Our Kid, but I'm not now.
I'm Terry McCreath, and I was proud to be a member of Our Kid.
I'm Brian Farrell, and I used to be an Our Kid, and I'm open for auditions.
I'm Terry. I used to be an Our Kid.
All right, Our Kid.
Yes, viewers, punk may never have happened. In the summer of '76, Our Kid stormed the charts and briefly, well, very briefly, threatened world domination.
I'd get on the bus and I'd just get mobbed. If I'd be spotted in the town, I'd get mobbed. It was just mad. I mean, the house was just under siege.
My best memory of it was doing the Liverpool Empire.
It was just everybody was stood outside singing. The police ended up blocking the road off because we wouldn't form a queue like round the side of the Empire. Everybody wanted to be at the front. Every time a car passed, everybody went running thinking it was them turning up.
Mounted police and everything everywhere.
I imagined what the Beatles must have felt like, you know, playing their home city.
All you could hear was all these kids screaming and shouting, Our Kid, Our Kid.
In 1975, Francis Davis, veteran of the northern club scene, put together the first English boy band. They might have become trapped in a chicken-in-a-basket world of fourth-rate comedians and impressionists were it not for a fateful night at one of Liverpool's top night spots. That evening, on the advice of his mother, a famed songwriter was talent spotting in the audience.
So we went to his ballroom in Liverpool and hang around there, and it's pretty dead. And this group comes on, and people start to scream.
He was none other than Barry Mason, who had written songs for Demis Roussos, The Drifters, and a song called Delilah for some bloke called Tom. Barry spotted their brilliance and wrote a song for the boys to sing on a major talent show, where they fought it out against some of the finest entertainers of their generation.
Come taste the wine.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, people friend.
Now the most vital ingredient is Jill, and we'll pop her inside the box.
Beautiful story about an Irishman who goes to the opticians.
What's the matter?
My bra, it's come undone. She put the light on, she put the light on, lady, put the light on, right on me.
Oh, do apologise. So tonight, making their second appearance on New Faces, singing that same number, You Just Might See Me Cry, welcome Our Kid.
You just might see me cry.
Our Kid, I don't know whether they're going to win a trip to Las Vegas now, but if they were appearing there now, they'd tear them apart. I know that's just what they love over there.
When you go, don't say goodbye.
And the winner by just 3 points, Our Kid. All right, we'll see. Well, that means we'll be saying Our Kid once again.
There were some great acts and we won. And I felt so guilty about winning Then I burst out crying.
The song sold 500,000, and on the back of that success, it was a short walk to a long pier. Francis had secured a summer season in Great Yarmouth. But Barry had even bigger plans.
It was a 13-week series. We had 12 songs on the album. They were going to do a different song in each show. The title song of the TV show was going to be the title song of the album. It was the perfect TV plug.
Meanwhile, back by the sea, the boys were doing 2 shows a night, 6 nights a week, and Francis Davis was cracking the whip.
We'd get to London about 4 o'clock in the morning, and we'd have about 2-3 hours sleep, and then we'd be in the recording studio all day till the Sunday night, and then maybe Monday morning, and then we'd go back to Great Yarmouth and be on the stage again in the night time.
We sat down with the Polygram in the Polygram boardroom, and I had to give them the news that the boys couldn't do this TV show because they were so young. They only had so many days they were allowed to work, and somehow someone had used up all their days of work for that year on small gigs.
That was my biggest mistake. And when I say that, it's purely because the amount of licenses that were granted by Liverpool education authorities, they practically burnt them up.
If they'd got that TV series, that was the key thing. If they got the TV series, they would have been a world smash.
It was sort of all or nothing, and we lost the opportunity of a lifetime, really.
Forced back to school, Our Kid could not promote their follow-up single, and Liverpool's answer to the Osmonds soon split up.
I didn't want the fame. I don't want the fame at all. I don't want none of that. I'd like it. I mean, I'd like the money. That'd be great, yeah. And the lifestyle. But I wouldn't want anybody to know about me.
We did get some money out of it, but mostly it was soaked up by, you know, recordings, what we'd made, albums, what we'd recorded, staying in big swanky hotels, and there wasn't enough left over for, you know, a flake and an echo at the end of the day.
Terry McCreath is now an actor. Brian Farrell, a sports shop manager. Kevin Rowan, a painter and decorator. And Terry Bacino, a struggling musician.
It's your vocation. You should have been on the stage, Rob.
Now I'll happily...
So haven't you spoke to our Roger?
No.
You're never going to get it sorted, you know, if you don't talk to each other.
There's nothing to talk about. Rod's gone. The house is sold now.
Do you think that was a good idea, taking the first offer you had for the place?
Well, the Shackletons are willing to pay the full price if we move out in 4 weeks. Suits me. Nothing to hang on for now, is there?
Yeah, I know, but Diana, once the house is sold, that's it. It'll just make it harder for you and Rod to get back together.
Tracey, he was the one who left me.
I know, yeah, but... Oh, you know what he's like, Diana. He's a brooder. Given time, he'd get over it.
I didn't do anything for him to get over. There was nothing going on between me and Peter before that party. He hit me for nothing. I wouldn't have even been in the bedroom if it wasn't for Rod. Sent in Tommo to say he was going to Hull.
Look, Diana, I can see you'd be upset and that, but... Well, don't you think it was a bit dodgy going into the bedroom with Peter Harrison?
Not at the time, no. Like you say, I was upset. I think the thing I did wrong was trying to be the sort of person he likes.
What do you mean?
Well, I knew what you all used to think of me, you know, the blonde bimbo. Look what happens when I try to do something about it. I get raped. Better off when I couldn't read or write.
Oh, that's got nothing to do with it. Shh. surely now that you've got more confidence, that you can do something about it.
Yeah, for all the good it's done me. What are you doing?
I'm phoning Rod. Should be telling him all this. If you tell him like you've just told me, then he'll have to believe you.
I'm not talking to him.
Hello? Could I talk to Rod Corkhill, please? Thanks. Just talk to him, Diana.
You talk to me, he's your brother.
Your husband.
He didn't love me enough to believe me in the first place. There's nothing to say now.
Be with you in a minute, Mrs. Roberts. But if you want it styling properly...
Look, she just wants it like Dawn's, you know, off Meadowcroft Park. On the telly.
No, not that place, I don't. Come on, I'm going to be late down the leisure centre. I'm supposed to be helping with the swimming gala tonight.
Yeah, now I get off this uniform.
Dear.
Did you hear that? I sometimes wonder if this place isn't more your short back and sides than your subtle style. Tea or coffee?
Coffee, please.
Fair.
Tell me about it. I've just been to see Diana.
And?
Well, it's not exactly Ideal Homes, is it? Oh, I don't know. May as well just change the name to the Flintstones and I'm done with it.
It's for definite, even though he was surprised at you saying he could have it.
Fine.
Only, I think he was a bit bothered. It means you'll have to be out in 4 weeks.
I know that. It would take long to pack down. A bit late to be concerned, isn't it? He was the one that sent Mrs. Shackleton round to buy the place. Didn't even tell me she was coming.
Look, I know you think Rod's been out of order the way he's been behaving.
Don't care anymore.
I don't believe you. And I don't believe he doesn't care about you anymore either.
Yeah, well, he's got a funny way of showing it.
Look, I know you feel as though he's let you down, but well, you had a long way to fall, didn't you? From the pedestal he had you on. I mean, I've never seen Rod so made up as when he first met you. I remember with the lads and that, he'd never slag you off, not even for a laugh. Not like some of the others do about their wives and that.
Well, why was he so quick to believe I was messing with Peter Harrison then?
I suppose because he was so scared of losing you. I think he was expecting somebody to take you off him. And then after all this rape business and all that, well, it's doing his head in, that's all.
Yeah, well, if he cared as much as you say, he'd be here, wouldn't he?
Night Lord. Let's beat them up or something if they don't like their hair. Women around here seem to really care, don't they? Whether their husbands all approve or not. Is this some northern Friday night ritual where the husbands belt their wives for having a perm? Oh, you haven't brought me up to date on Rod and Diana yet?
Oh, which sort of detail would you like next?
That bad, eh?
They're both as bad as each other.
All still not quite on the Corkhill front, then.
Oh, when were they ever? I don't know. My mum and dad. My dad and Sheila. My Uncle Jimmy. They don't need to buy the news of the world round here. Our family's all the scandal they need. And now there's Diana.
I thought you sympathised with her.
Well, I do, yeah. I went with her myself, didn't I? Could have been me.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes I just wish I was a million miles away.
Thought it'd cross my mind.
Oh, cheers.
Oh, no. I mean, are you looking forward to moving to Chester with me? You'd be brilliant. You'd enjoy looking after those salons, wouldn't you?
I know, but...
Look, half a minute ago you were talking about being a million miles away.
Look, I know, but I just don't know if it's the right thing. I know the Corkhills are a mess and that, but they are my family.
So stay here, run this place. Send me twice weekly reports to Chester on the family's goings-on. From the sound of your lot, it's bound to be an ongoing soap opera.
Any message then, for when Rod rings me again?
Could ask him what he wants me to do with all his clothes and stuff.
Well, let me tell him that you want to talk. If he knew he hadn't blown this, you two could sort things out. What the hell's he doing here?
Look, I just want to talk, that's all.
Thought you was on her own, did you? Come to have another go at her?
No, look,
I would advise you to take one step into this place, mate.
Diana.
Please just go, will ya?
No, not till I've sorted this whole stupid mess out.
What, you? Weren't you told to stay away from here? You're on police bail, right?
What's it to you?
I'm a copper, aren't I? You shouldn't even be talking to her.
If a husband had talked to her, I wouldn't be in this mess now, would I?
Your husband happens to be my best mate.
Yeah, well, he shouldn't have walked out on her, should he? She wouldn't have come to me for comfort.
Oh, and you gave it to her, didn't you?
Look, it wasn't how it looks.
It was, you know it was!
Peter, what the hell do you think you're doing down there?
Leave it, Dad. I'll sort this bloody mess out if it kills me.
Yeah, well, it just might.
Yeah.
I would just stop it, both of you!
You're as bad as a husband, you all this macho crap. If you just came out of your bloody cave long enough to listen, you might understand.
Smart lad, eh? Smart lad. Pity
All
you
right,
only
all right.
didn't-
All right, that's enough. I said that's enough. You home. I said home.
You better go as well.
All this nonsense you've been saying about our Peter.
Just you get on the phone to the station if he comes bothering you again. Look, Rod won't come back unless you make the first move, you know. And you don't want to be on your own with all this, do you?
Looks like I already am.
I've lost everything because of you. My house, my husband, and all I've got left is seeing you get what you deserve. You can't treat me like you did and get away with it, because I'm worth better than that. And if I have to drag you through the courts to do it, then I will. Place, isn't it?
Don't do that, love.
Die? What's the point? There's nothing left, is there?
Look, I'll pay you back as soon as Mick pays me, OK?
Look, Michael, I've had the pizza parlour. You know what this George will...
Hello, George.
Errol.
What was that about the pizza parlour?
Nothing it'll keep. Here. Listen, what time are you on tonight?
Well, I'm in work.
All those people at that party. I bet they all say they didn't say a thing.
Oh, Nan, don't interfere, because you'll just mess everything up.
I'll do what I have to do.
What's she going on about?
Well, I suppose you'll find out sooner or later. Diana went to a party the other night and... well, she got into this situation with a fella and it turns out that it could be rape.
Rape? Well, who's the bloke?
Someone off the close. Peter Harrison, you know him. His mum and dad bought the house off Terry.
What's wrong giving him a hiding, what?
God, is that your answer to everything? I thought you'd moved on from all that.
Well, this is personal, isn't it, Trace?
Yeah, well, she doesn't need any violence around her at the moment. She's cracking up. And our Rod's got off and left her. He's gone to Hull.
Well, because she was raped?
No, he got off before that. But I don't think he's coming back.
Excuse me a minute, love.
Well, that's big of him, isn't it? Well, you're only the sister-in-law, and your marriage needs to stick by.
Yeah, well, all that might change. Mr. Kennedy's offered me a job in Chester.
Kept that quiet, didn't you?
Well, you're a bit wrapped up in your own life, aren't you? Opening nightclubs and that.
Well, life moves on, Trace.
Yeah, no, but I just feel dead tight leaving her when she needs us. I know life moves on, and I don't want to seem like I'm